Hey guys, Jules here from Behind the Cork for another What's in Your Glass weekend wine following the grape series. I wanted to bring you something from Italy, northern Italy, something refreshing. Hopefully you guys will like this, something different, likely you haven't tasted. And it's something that is Sauvignon Blanc lovers out there are going to appreciate. And being it's spring, summer, this is a good drink for the patio. So let's get right into it. First of all, northern Italy. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about Roero Arneis. Probably something you haven't heard of. Strictly, originated from the Piedmonte region in north western Italy. And really it was a grape that this grape here is centuries old, planted back in the 1700s, 1800s. It was primarily used as it ripens early. The acidity is typically lower. The sugars are typically would be higher. Initially, it was used for sweeter wines, and also back in the day, it was actually planted next to Nebbiolo to try to attract the birds, so they would eat these sweet Arneis rather than the Nebbiolo. So, however, I think since 1960, 70, there's some very key producers that have turned this grape variety into something really, really nice. You're likely not gonna find something. This is going to be a dry white. So like I said, it's Sauvignon Blanc lovers out there, and cool, specifically cool climate Sauvignon Blanc lovers. So if you're like Sancerre, Loire Valley Sauvignon Blanc, white wine that has very herbaceousness and very green character to it, lime, you're going to like the Arneis. Again, the grape variety is centuries old. Italy, FYI, has over 500, it's 600 grape varieties. And to give you a reference, France is probably almost about 100% of their wines are produced by about only 60 grape varieties. So Italy is huge in terms of grape varieties, and you can go on forever. I wanted to bring this because it's unique. Hopefully you guys can find out. If you can, this one in particular here is Fratelli Povero. If you can't find this particular bottle right here, search out the one of the two renowned producers. One is Vietti, Vietti, and the other one is Giacosa, Bruna Giacosa, in the family, right? So they're producing really, really good Roero Arneis. And again, I'm gonna taste this right now, let you guys know what I think. But again, if you want an alternative Italian wine to Sauvignon Blanc, or if you're fed up of Sauvignon Blanc, this is a great alternative. And this particular bottle here, I want to say is $20 Canadian, so not very expensive. The Vietti, I think, is close to 30. Again, from a renowned producer, Bruno Giacosa as well, renowned producer. I typically follow the grapes and as well as follow the producers, right, winemakers. So let's get right into it. So the initial aromas and flavors is really white flour, green grass, asparagus, hay. The herbaceousness is very pronounced here. Grapefruit is probably the three: grapefruit, green grass, and lime is really the acidity is not too high. It's bone dry. Just kind of leaves the mouth with a aftertaste of a slight just greenery in it. I would suspect and likely go very, very well with obviously asparagus or anything green, vegetables. Nothing too heavy if you're gonna pair it with this wine, like a Sauvignon Blanc. You don't want a barbecue dish or a big meat dish. You want something on the lighter side. You can do oven salmon if you really wanted to. Salmon's a little heavier, but it'll typically go. And again, you don't want to have a dish that has too much acidity in it. So like tomatoes or tomato salad, the acidity is going to overpower, is going to change the flavor of the wine. So because the acidity is not too high in this wine, you want to kind of get something that's even, and between broccoli and salad, will with minimal amount of, no tomatoes, or just the acidity, try to keep it as low as possible. I would even say if you're gonna go with a pear goat cheese salad, it's probably beautiful right here. The marriage that you're gonna have is very, very nice. So in the summer, you have a nice pear and goat cheese salad with a Roero Arneis is the way to go. But yeah, I mean, I'm still getting the aftertaste of that greenery, herbaceousness, green pepper. You want to put all of that stuff in your mouth, and really, this is what you're going to taste. So it's very different, is how I can describe this, from what you're typically going to taste in a white wine if you're used to Pinot Grigios or Chardonnay, Moscato, and so on. This is going to be very different, but the closest I can say is Sauvignon Blanc here. Cooler climate Sauvignon Blanc, because Sauvignon Blanc tends to have some of the stone or some of the sweeter fruit in a warmer climate. So hopefully you guys like this. Search it out, give it a try. Maybe at first off I wouldn't spend more than $25 Canadian. In the end, it's a good grape variety, in my opinion. Depending on the producers, will likely make this grape variety shine even more. But it's a nice, I would say, pre-dinner wine for your guests. Hopefully, at some point soon we'll start to see some guests. But that's about it. I mean, hopefully you guys like that for this weekend. If you like this video, please follow. I have many, many more. And I'll bring to you more wines and more different grape varieties as we move forward. If you haven't had a chance to, I also offering weekly meals. Menus go out on Sunday evening. Unfortunately, just for the Greater Toronto area. And basically offer you some of my culinary skills and culinary meals and bring it to your home and deliver on Sundays. Last week was pâté chinois, shepherd's pie, and a beautiful cheesecake that I'm going to deliver tomorrow. And I'll be deciding on something for next week. So hopefully you guys can catch that as well. I'll be broadcasting on all my social media channels Behind the Cork. So that's it. Jules here for another What's in Your Glass with Roero Arneis. Cheers.